Well, here we are again, folks. It's Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. Do you know that when I get up in the morning and meet with the Lord, and I get on this machine and I do one of these, I never know what the Lord is going to direct me to do or what I need to do. And then I wonder through the day where that's going to be or whatever. And the Lord said, you just do it. I'll take care of the other part of it. So I'm just going to do what I feel like the Lord would have me do today. These last ones that I'm putting on, I'm working all the time, every single solitary day. I'm working on new converts, people who have just come to the place to where they may say, Lord, I am a sinner. Forgive me of my sin. Come in my heart and save my soul. Well, after they do that, that's a total new beginning learning process. I don't care if you're a 63-year-old man, 64-year-old man, or a 59-year-old man, or a 12-year-old boy. You've all got to start in the same exact place. Now, one of the good places to start in a Bible is the very first chapter is Genesis. You don't need to read the whole chapter, but you could put a background for yourself down. What are you going to believe? Are you going to believe God? If you're going to believe God enough to ask Him to forgive you of your sin, come in your heart and save your soul, then you need to see He created man. In the beginning, the Bible said was the Word, and the Word was God. And it said, the Bible that said in the beginning, God took the Word. Let me read it for you in Genesis chapter 1 so I don't misquote it. And you need to be careful that you do not misquote the Bible. Now, I used a King James Version. And in the Old Testament, it is the beginning of the Bible. In Genesis chapter 1. And I picked up a Bible here this morning that I normally don't study this time of day. My eyes are not good, very good this time of day. So I have to get my trusty little magnifier out. But listen to this. This says, in the beginning. And then there's a stopping point right there. And when I'm studying, what I do is I take a piece of paper and a pen, and I can't even write good or spell good or anything, but that doesn't matter. I can figure out what I wrote. And right on the top line, I write right down, in the beginning. I write that down. What am I talking about? I'm talking about in the beginning. This is God's Word. He said, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So I write down, in the beginning, and the next line will say, God created, and then the next line will say, heaven and the earth. So now I've established three things that are a fact, that say they're a fact in this book. And because they say they're a fact in this book, and this book has no errors in it, it's inerrant, it is perfect. And because it is, I put on there, in the beginning. And that's what he says here. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form. That's the next thing you write down. The earth was without form. And then the next thing you put down was void. And it was void. And there was darkness on it. There was darkness on it. It was totally dark. You're establishing 7, 8, 9, 10 things in this one verse. And on the face of the deep. And darkness on the face of the deep. That means the face of this deep earth was totally darkness. And listen to what happened. And that darkness was on this earth. And the Spirit of God, put that down separate, put Aztecs around it or up against it. The Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. There was water on this earth, and the Spirit of God hovered over the face of this earth and that water. And listen to this. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Now this was the light that was going to light every man. Deep, deep, deep subject. You won't understand that, neither will I understand that until I get in the Word, and then I begin to understand it. And God saw that light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. So in 2 verses, we've got 10 or 15 minutes of pretty hard studying. Just not hard. Now, I don't mean hard as a word, the word using the word hard to do. I mean, you get into it, and it's hardcore. It is the foundation that you're reading about of the earth and how God put it together and what God did. Now, verse 4. And verse 4 it said, "And then God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, which is the land, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Excuse me. That is the skies. Divide the waters from the waters. God took water, put it over the earth, and he took water, and thus God took the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. Now we're learning how God put this earth together. And that's a good starting place to start learning what the Bible has to say to you. You can forget all that you ever learned in school or anywhere else about the Big Bang theory and go to a place where it says what is the truth. And the truth is that God created this, everything that's here. That is a Big Bang, by the way. That is a big thing. Then God said, "Let the water under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth. And the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Isn't that funny? We got all this age on us, and if we've perhaps never read these 4 or 5 verses here, but we've heard these words all our life, and we believe the earth's the earth, we believe the seas are the seas, we believe the skies are the firmament, the heaven, we see the stars, we see everything, but we don't understand everything until we get in the Bible and begin to know it and hear it in order to be able to see it. Now, and so here's the earth, they gathered together, and the waters. And then God said, "The earth bring forth grass, and herb yielding seed." And you know, our time has come and gone, our 10 minutes. But this little 10 minutes gives you an idea. Now, How many times have I studied this? Hundreds.